Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Ohio Health Chiller North here in, we're just north of Columbus. Kevin Rao and Ryan, I got to tell you, this is one of those very fun days in the summer because you're outside in the heat, you walk in, the ice is chilling you down. Let's talk about this league a little bit. Second year, what a blast it was last year. And we're going to get started right away with some guys that everybody knows.
Yeah, a lot of familiar faces back this year for the second season of the Cap City Summer Elite League presented by the High Bank Distillery Company. Cap City Summer Elite League. Again, we are a professional off-season summer hockey league. There's pros, there's college guys, and everybody in between. Some familiar faces you're going to see right off the jump here.
Yeah, there we are. That's Ian Phillips. And I got to tell you, so Ian, a young man here, received the Courage Award this year in the Columbus Dispatch Awards. He is taking part, overcoming some physical disabilities in order to play at Gehenna,
And we're going to send it right back to Ian Phillips.
Oh, there you go. Okay, Ian Phillips, it's all you.
Yeah.
Cap City fans, we are here today. We cannot wait to get started. We got 6-1-4 versus Battery Hockey. There's a rematch of last year's championship. Sean Corrali's a late scratch, but Cam Atkinson's still in the lineup. He's just finished up a meet and greet, and we are ready to go. Here we have Matt Pfeffer decked out in his 6-1-4 hockey gear. We just can't wait to get started here. I'm going to send it back to Kevin and Ryan Dietrich. They have the call on Yamo Media.
Thank you very much, Ian. And again, we note that Ian just finished up at Gehenna High School. Sounds much older than that. He'll be off to Ohio University to study this fall, but also a hockey player. Played at Gehenna, played as a kid growing up, and again, battling, it's public knowledge, battling brain cancer, which he has been going through for a while, received the Courage Award at the recent Student Athlete Awards put on by the Columbus Dispatch. So congratulations to him and continued success on his battle. But today he's just between the benches. He's our guy between the benches. And Ryan Dietrich, the thing that people like to come out and we see, this is not a usual thing in a lot of these summer leagues. We got a lot of people here today at the Chiller.
Yeah, this is a packed house, as you mentioned it. The second season of this summer Elite League, 85 degrees outside. It is a brisk 45 in here, but the house is packed. And once again, for the folks in Columbus, this is a free event. There is no entry fee. We're up at the Chiller North and Lewis Center. Bring your kids out, bring the family. It is a great event. Earlier, we had the Force Network Fund pre-party. Cam Atkinson meet and greet, so he's been here for an hour and a half, shaking hands, signing autographs, all of those things. One of the premier names to play here in Game 1 for the Battery Academy. Again, as our guy Ian Phillips mentioned, Sean Corrali, a late scratch. Jack Roslovic also scratched for Week 1.
They'll be back.
The good news is those guys will be back for Game 2. Run us through a couple more names of who we're going to see here. We're just a minute away from puck drop.
The cool thing about this, Ryan, is it's not only these NHL guys. And by the way, as you mentioned, we've got Cam. We would have Sean and Jack, Sean Corrali, Jack Roslovic. They will be back next week. But you've also got some really cool players here. Cole Cassels, whose dad played in the NHL. He played for a long time in what I think of as affiliated hockey. In other words, he had signed a contract and played in the AHL. He's off to the KHL, the Premier League, in Russia. He's off to play for Avangard Omsk. He'll be on the Battery Academy team. You've also got people like Anthony Petrozelli for the Indy Fuel. Petrozelli played for the Indy Fuel, which is a team in the ECHL, which if you think of it, it's kind of that double-A level of team, you've got to be really good. He played for a long time with the Fort Wayne Comets in that league, played at the University of Vermont. So you get guys with a lot of very solid experience. And then one of the great stories is Ayo Adeniyi, who grew up here in Columbus, then went on to play at Adrian College, where they won a championship 3 years ago. They've been in the finals the last 2 years. He just got back from Washington Capitals development camp. So those are some really good people. We'll talk more about them.
Yep, and right there on the screen, Garrett Alderman, a native right here out of Upper Arlington High School. And you mentioned it, Adeniyi. If you watched any of the last season of the Cap City Summer Elite League, you will remember Adeniyi, a big body out there, makes a great impact. And I mentioned it, a big body, but you will notice that this is a non-contact league.
Right, and that's how you're able to get the, a lot of people ask, how do these guys come out? I mean, they're college teams, they're NHL teams, they're AHL teams, they're ECHL teams. Right. They're junior league teams. We've got some guys that still qualify to play in the junior leagues. How do they come out? Well, it's because they're not going to be run into a board. Yep. And this is about shooting. The guys you have to beg to be in this league are the goalies. It's going to be a score, and they know that. They know they're going to get shot at all the time, and they're going to let a few in here and there. So that's just the way that this plays out. But to be able to see, and again, what a booster he is for the city of Columbus, even though he'll be off to the Tampa Bay Lightning this year. Yep. Cam Atkinson lives here in Columbus, is a huge supporter of the city, and there you see him.
Yep, right on the shorts. He's got the lightning bolt there. And that's another cool thing. They can, rep a little bit of their own squads, and that's one way to identify them out there on the ice, too. Keep an eye on those shorts. And as you can see, Petrozelli Atkinson getting ready to kick things off. We are welcoming and thanking our service members. That was part of the Force Fund Network pre-party.
And you'll see Cockrell is the officer's name across the way, and he drops the puck. Yep,
National Guard recruiting commander, they said. It's a local here. Always good to represent.
By the way, I walked past him earlier. I want all of our service people to look like that guy.
It's a big.
It's just perfect.
Yeah, soldier. Yes, big, tall, strapping. And a bit, right after the 4th of July, a big thanks and shout out to all our service members. And here we go.
Face off, and it will go.
And just a reminder, this is 2 25-minute halves. Going to be a running clock. They'll stop the clock for the last 2 minutes.
The last couple of minutes, you won't see a lot of penalties called because, again, we're not a lot of contact in that sense. And we'll try to give you the highlights. This is fast-paced. And there's a steal right away for Atkinson, one of the things he does best. And he goes in and scores the first goal of this summer's league. And appropriately so.
And on the receiving end of that, Garrett Alderman, number 30, is currently attending Ohio University. Does this, Cam Atkinson, tough to go up against.
Yeah, no shame in that.
Right.
Now, keep in mind, Cam still is the leader for the Blue Jackets in shorthanded goals. So he knows how to intercept the pass near the line and take it the other way.
Yeah. 15 goals and 11 assists in 7 games last season in the Summer Elite League did Cam Atkinson have.
Just spent the last 3 years with Philadelphia, signed a 1-year contract with Tampa Bay. Here he has the puck again, moves into the front in the slot, knocked away, gets it back. Keeps it inside the blue line and left side. Battery still controlling the puck. Now stolen away. Here comes 6-1-4. 2-on-1. Shot from the right side, knocked away.
Like a Will Strickland letting that one rip. Who's with the El Paso Rhinos of the NAHL. There's J.C. Campagna. He's actually one of the executive directors for this summer league.
He was out selling jerseys and taking, orders for things and making sure everybody was in the right place. Here we go quickly down the ice. Another 2-on-1, but knocked away.
Yeah, that's Zach Tyson down low. Hayden Stavroff, number 17. Again, some familiar faces as they both head to the bench. Get a little line change. Graham Broadfoot, another familiar name.
He's been plugged into this lineup today. Dublin Kaufman grad.
Yeah, he got added, I think, half an hour before the game started.
We're going to see some of that. It's pretty, I think fluid was the word that was used. Ramos
rosters.
knocks it ahead. Petruzzelli looks from the left side, centers it, and it just crosses the goal mouth. Going the other way with it now.
Yeah, that was a nice feed just right in front of Drew Huffnagel, another local.
Quickly down, Kuqali. His brother will be playing in the second game.
J.J. Salajko in net for Battery with a nice save there. Let's see if he can do it again.
Ramos tried to bring it in with a backhand, knocked off his stick. And Battery will organize themselves, stolen away at the line. Petruzzelli able to get it into the zone, but knocked right back out. Changing on the fly.
A pretty quick pace, as you'll notice.
Kuqali centers it. Can't get the shot away.
That's good for these guys to just get back on the skates, get their legs under them. You know, they've been, absent for a month or two doing some off-season workouts, but this is really their first chance to get back to speed.
Ehrie brought it in the zone, but knocked away from him. Quickly up with it, Holt. And again, they've got a pretty, do we get a score? We do! Holt made the pass.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Ginger, another local. And he showed some nice stick handles here through the neutral zone. And he bumped it up there to Noah Holt, who ends up feeding it right back to him off the rebound.
Nice
Great
play
look.
there.
Great
Holt,
look from the camera guy.
Yeah, when you talk about Ginger, he's a Dublin, Ohio native. And he will be playing for the Watertown Shamrocks in the North American Hockey League this year, Junior League.
Got to find a Watertown Shamrock shirt for you.
I'm telling you, man, they're great. Shot knocked away that time by Alderman. And bringing it back out of the zone. Good attacking so far. This is Tyson with the puck left side. A scoop, and you can say that's their offense so far, has been going down that left side, trying to center the puck, looking for help. This time brought in on the right side, but fanning on the shot.
Yeah, Stavroff with a little stop-start, trying to bang one in close. Couldn't get it to go, though. Coming the other way.
Atkinson gets a stick on it. It will not be icing. Though I'm not sure, do we call icing in this? I'm not sure if that's a call even here. Wouldn't have mattered on that one. And get off sides, I believe, that time. And in this, you've got two officials on the ice, so they act as both linesmen and referees out there.
And yeah, quick rules. The league will be played by NHL rules. All games officiated by high-level professional college referees. Non-contact, non-body check league. Zero tolerance policy. Puck goes into the net, up and out of play, and have a face-off.
Long pass ahead. Campagna in front of it. It'll be just staying holding on.
There we go.
No, he let go of it. I thought he had it. I think they want to limit the number of face-offs here.
Correct. Yep.
Long stretch pass ahead. In, just missing to the right side.
So we're loosely played by NHL rules as we go here.
Campagna in, left-handed shot. Will hand off behind.
Probably similar to a lot of beer leagues or fat man leagues out
Except
there.
they just a lot more skill. We had one of those games right before this.
And
it was a little slower, but you got to, I just salute to anybody that can skate backwards.
Yeah.
Most humans, that's not in their skill set.
Campagna, nice move in front of the net, poked away though.
Good.
Alderman holding his own.
Alderman doing a nice job, has a couple of saves down there. He's playing at OU, as you mentioned.
Here they are kind of working the left side again.
Yeah, for some reason. That must be in what they drew up on the board on the way in.
And again, for anybody who watched season one, you'll notice 614 hockey with the new uniforms.
Like them.
Last year, and the banner behind the bench, that kind of bright magenta and turquoise this year. The kind of retro white, turquoise, blue. I think they look sharp.
Yeah, a little splash of that blue. We were talking about, you were mentioning, it looked like the old Styrofoam cup color.
Yeah, very cool. And for those interested, 614hockey.com. You can find all the Summer League merchandise there. Like I said, just come out. Games will be Tuesdays moving forward here up at the Chiller North. And out front, today there's some raffles for autographed jerseys. They won't be having those next week, but you can get all your gear here.
And you're going to be here with some people watching. Yeah. I mean, I'm bad at estimating crowds. We had Save that time by Solajko. Again, he'll dish it out. They do not like to stop with that running clock.
Yeah, 8 minutes in the first half here.
Pass out to the blue line, chipping it in. Again, looking good possession this time for Battery. Right in front of the slot. Addition just can't quite connect as it rolled off the stick.
A little breakaway here. Is that Stavrov?
We'll check it. Yeah,
Number
it is.
17, Aiden Stavrov. Got to the breakaway. Takes a nice stretch pass and just buries it home. Take a look at the replay. Yeah, right there. Beats his man across the red line. A little deep, top shelf, right over Solajko's shoulder.
Stavrov, a Dublin native, going to Dartmouth, where probably 3 or 4 guys that are interested either playing or will be playing at Dartmouth. So going to be Ivy Leaguers. Pass goes to the middle. Atkinson will bring it into the zone. Shot down the slot, a little wide right. Gets it back. Campagna feeds him left side. He dekes, comes in. Nice stop there by Alderman. 3-on-1 the other way. Right side to the middle and knocked away. Good defense by Battery. And Atkinson will bring it in on the right side. Goes left back to, and again, knocked off the stick.
Zach Tyson playing a little defense. You can't check, but you can get in the way of the puck and poke it away.
And we'll get a line change either side. 15:53 to go in this first half. Again, running clock until the last 2 minutes, when we will have some stoppages. You've seen so far the goaltenders are encouraged not to hold on to the puck, but to dish it off, keep play going. And Cassels to the middle, shot from Campagna again.
Yeah.
Alderman, long pass ahead, breakaway, shot right side, and good stop by Solajko.
Petrozelli, came off his stick a little odd, just a slow poke. Ooh, a nice chance from Holt there, but maybe not the look Petrozelli wanted on the breakaway.
Atkinson, rink wide, and Campagna taking off his stick. 6-1-4 looking to bring it the other way. Defense looking for a forecheck. Instead, it'll get by him, but Kuqali, Campagna knocked it off his tape. And Battery will set it up. Campagna with that left shot on the right side. Shot blocked just in front.
Yeah, nice stick there by Drew Huffnagel. Chipped it in there and knocked Campagna's shot a little off course. Up high
Everybody
again.
close, off the glass. And 6-1-4 trying to get it out of the zone.
Yeah, Battery actually doing a good job of an extended zone pressure here.
Yeah. That'll keep the score down.
Yep.
If you do, and again, it's 2-1. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep,
we have a
2-1.
second. Yeah, 2-1. That we just had that breakaway.
I was trying to think of the highest scoring game from last year. I have to look into it. I remember the championship, 9-8.
That was an overtime.
Yep, Sean
goal to win
Corrali,
it.
the
Yeah.
overtime winner. So there was 17.
Ramos brings it in, looking for help now.
We had a couple getting to double digits. Oh,
And we'll get the goal off the left bar and in. And good slapper right there.
The second one for Ryan Ginger. We'll take a look at this.
You see it come out to him.
Yep, right here,
Boom.
just right through the slot.
Just went glove side and off the post and in.
Yep.
And he makes it a 3-1 game. 6-1-4 on top.
Ryan Ginger's second goal of the afternoon.
Right back into the zone. This one knocked aside by Solajko.
The 6-1-4 hockey goal scored by number 9, Ryan Ginger.
Solajko, another Columbus guy, plays with the Kingston Frontenacs in the OHL, which is a really good league. Denier had the break, but behind him on the return, taken away by Battery. Shot right into the chest. He'll hold on, and did it get in? No, it got in. Boy, that was a late call and late for me to see it.
Yeah, Alderman just looks like one of those kind of stuck in the jersey thing. He closes up, it doesn't seal it
Did it
somehow.
get through the 5-hole then?
Yeah, let's take a look here. And that's Will Cohen, chips it
Oh,
right
it
in.
just on end, rolls in through the 5-hole. And now it gets a goal back, so Battery gets to within a goal with 12:23 now.
And that was the first goal from Will Cohen, number 6, Ohio University, the Bobcat.
Yeah, he was an Upper Arlington player. We'll have a few of those today. Then went out and played for the Utah Outliers in the USPHL. Another breakaway, but this time the stop by Alderman.
Atkinson stoned this time as we got Strickland right in front of the bench here.
Of course, he got us started in this game, scoring the first goal.
And not even 30 seconds in. That's about right on.
Just hit into the zone, but we'll get a change. And Battery will bring it up. Nice spin move in their own zone. Mitchell Kneidel. And we're going to get a...
And the kids make a break for the puck that sneaks through the net.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just at a weird angle here. I didn't see it come all the way through.
Yeah, up into the net.
We haven't stopped very much. You know, I thought, oh my gosh, did they call a penalty? That would be something new.
And I will mention for the penalties, if on the rare occasion we have them, penalties are jailbreak style.
Oh, okay.
Which is,
you're not going to the box.
On one end, you get the guy who basically got fouled, and he gets a free run at the net. Everybody chases him away.
That's way more fun.
It's very cool.
And into the zone, it comes Cassels again. Can't quite. He's a guy, again, with a lot of professional experience. So we'll see him get going here in a minute, I'm sure. As he stands here right in front of us, comes down the ice. There's the pass to him, but a little too far.
When Cassels has got those turquoise shorts on, I think he was with the San Jose minor league team last year.
That is exactly right.
But it's the and they're another one of those cool mascots. I'll have to look it up when we go.
He was actually drafted in 2013 by Vancouver in the 3rd round.
Okay.
So
yeah, definitely got some talent.
But again, he's headed off to Russia after this summer. And they will be, where he's playing is in Omsk, which is just a little bit north of Kazakhstan. So there's a little bit of the Wild West where he's going.
Columbus here taking their time with it. Kuqali now with the puck, working the left side. Getting themselves a line change, just slow and methodical.
Kuqali took it all the way around. Stavrov looking from the left point, hands behind. That's Kuqali.
We got to see some defense from Battery for a change.
Yeah, no, at least Stavrov over and had a good look. Took it maybe a count late there. Thought he might have had it earlier. But it'll go up into the netting, and we will.
Well, I'm curious if these guys are a little bit gassed. We're pushing 16 minutes of fairly continuous hockey. This is the first run out of the gates. I know these guys condition and exercise and train, but it's a whole different thing getting back on skates.
Well, and we've seen some guys a little bit more than others, and that's probably because they played last. Yeah. Some of these guys haven't played for a little bit. Battery working hard to get it into the zone, all the way in, taking the shot, and picking it back up behind. That's Will Cohen, and the shot is taken, but blocked. Here comes 614. Kuqali in front will get it back. Goes right back to it in the slot. And not able to get it was Noah Holt. Just over the crossbar.
Nice crisp passing there from the guys in 614. Kuqali, Holt, and Ginger. A little kind of triangle working it back. Create a good opportunity.
Passed on at the blue line, but can't keep possession. Nice play by Stavrov to bring it in. But instead, Battery had an opportunity, but knocked it on 2-on-2, coming back down the other way. Stole it. Quick pass ahead. Cassels will hold on to it. Dish behind. Shot taken and held on, then dished off.
Yeah, great glove save by Alderman there. Just snatched that one right out of the air.
Cohen again on that shot. But Alderman standing tall down there. Denier tried to bring it all the way, taking off stick, gets it back behind the net, looking for some help in front.
Haven't seen him on the ice in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, he hasn't been out there a lot yet. I think he's one that's getting his legs back a little bit. Stolen, Petrozelli. And again, pass just not on the tape, so it'll play. But you can really tell 614 looks like they might have had a practice. I mean, they just are running a really nice, crisp offense. I think crisp is the way you call it.
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah.
Looks like they had a practice. I like that. Nice shot there.
And off a shoulder and into the net. Good save by Solajko.
Petrozelli with the short little wrister to take another look. That's Zach Tyson with some nice stick work.
The Solajko's, again, keeping a good angle and not getting too out in front of the net.
And how about these goalies? I mean, you mentioned how good a practice is for these sharpshooters, but, I mean, there's nothing like live fire in bunches, right?
Yeah, Denier beat the defense, but stumbled a bit past the blue line long. We'll call it a shot down the ice. In these games, that can score. So you're never wrong to put it toward the net.
You know, Buckeye moves the puck up. Spencer Cox getting some ice time. The red helmet and the Buckeye shorts there as he battles it for it again. And you'll remember his name from last season, season 1. He made a pretty big impact. As we got quite a few Buckeyes to make an appearance in this league, which is just awesome for the city.
No, it's fantastic.
And it gets all of us familiar with these names that, you know, we end up seeing on the nightly news or the dispatch.
One of those, well, we see in Miami, in Cox.
Or excuse me, yeah.
But yeah, in his case, but we do have a lot of Ohio State guys. Cox is from Dublin and played at Long Island University briefly and now at Miami. And there's Atkinson with quick slap shot from the right side. Gets it right back. Shot from the same place. Both of them blocked by Alderman. The action is fast as we get down to the 5-minute mark of this first half. 2-on-1. Backhander, and then covering up is Solajko. He's done a nice job here too. 3-2. It has been for a while. Jack Bortle loses his balance but gets the puck back. And he'll get the feed. Across the blue line he comes. Taken away. 6-1-4 put on some pretty good defense in that end. Both goalies playing well. Feeding front, but...
And a good thing about these types of games with the non-contact, non-checking league, a nice move on the inside there. That was Trevin Ehrie. Good save by Alderman. But the fact that they can't check is that these guys have to play defense a different way. They've got to get their body in there. They got to get sticks. It's all positioning, which is just a different part of your game that helps you as an overall player.
Yeah. Well, you got to move your feet.
Yep.
And how many times you hear NHL coaches talk about moving their feet? And there's a good defense. As had a backside pass available for, and what looked to be an easy shot, but instead the defense knocks it away. Campagna will pick it up, bring it in.
Little 1-on-2.
Tried to come back to the right side, but knocked away.
So that was Stavrov with a nice stick there. Steal it away from JC.
Battery right back into the zone. Cross-rink pass intercepted. Kuqali got it.
He's done that a few times.
And he'll look for the pass. He had a shot. Unselfish. Passed it up, and the puck will go off the net and into the
Is that just the inherent
area?
defenseman? It's just defense instinct. Instead of taking that shot, he just goes right back to his man.
You know, I don't know. I think there's just a code in hockey, because we see it at all levels, where if you've got a good pass, you want to do that over a good shot.
Yep.
And you always think it's an easier shot. And some guys are just born unselfish.
Sure.
And we know guys that aren't that way. There's guys that will take shots way first, but, you know, we see some guys for the Blue Jackets, for example, Johnny Gaudreau, a good example of a guy, such a good passer, such a good facilitator. Sometimes I know they've asked him just to shoot, and he when he does, he's really good at that. That'll be interesting. Of course, him this year reunited with Sean Monahan coming in, an old line mate. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamic coming up for the Blue Jackets this year. So 3-2, we're down close to the 2-minute mark, and Atkinson another chance. This one goes to the left of the net. He gets tied up. He's laughing about it. Usually when somebody's body checking you a little bit or just kind of grabbing your arm, do we get a goal? We do.
Well, poked in there right at the, couldn't get it saved. That's Stavroff. Looks Ginger. Let's take a look at the replay.
So defense was there. Good patience on the pass. And then just coming up with the left shot from the left side.
Easy peasy. Yeah, Ryan Ginger lets it rip. Stavroff was in close waiting for the rebound. How about a hat trick?
Yep. Makes it 4-2. So he has 3 of 614's 4 goals.
Yep. I would assume, like last year, they did the High Bank Player of the Game.
Well,
so he's making his case for that.
I would think so. Is it like the NBA game then where other guys start feeding him so he can, you know?
Well, I know he gets a bottle of High Banks whiskey. Now there's a bunch of, you know, and I will allude you to the Cap City Summer Elite League Instagram page. Cap City Summer Elite. Check that out. Lots of good info there, but you'll see some photos, all of the action from last year with pictures of those players of the game and their whiskey in the locker room. They've also got coverage of the prospect game, which took place Tuesday. This is the first year.
And those would be going on Tuesdays, before and after.
Yep, we've got a pro division and the prospects division.
Atkinson feed and a score. Beautiful, patient pass.
Number 7, Sam Craggs, the Toledo Walleye.
Sam Craggs
see that
puts
big
it
smile.
In. Craggs is a Bowling Green player.
And how about that patience from Atkinson? Kind of baited Alderman a little bit, floated away. Let Craggs move in. A little chipper, nice and easy.
Trying to come right back, and the puck just rolls off. I got to get used to being out of baseball. No, pass across, nice block is Stalaco a couple of times.
You don't do hockey much in July.
No, you don't. I don't have my chops for that yet. Also want to talk about, as we get down to the end, CBS Sports. CBS Sports is bringing you the game today. That is my company, where we report on Columbus sports, including the Cap City League. We'll talk more about that in the second half. So we're at cbussports.com.
And I think we're going to go over to Ian Phillips for a little sideline report.
We just wrapped up the first half here at the Cap City Season 2 Week 1 game. And it started off quick. Cam Atkinson got a quick goal to kick things off. Our lone NHLer in this game after Sean Kuqali was off late. He was a late scratch. And I was just told we have a total of 30 current and former Ohio Blue Jacket players in the lineup today. A crazy number, just kind of shows what is kind of put together through that organization, how those players come up. And I'll get a player interview soon, but for now I'll send it back to the desk with Kevin Rao and Ryan Dietrich.
Appreciate that, Ian, and boy, what a number 30. Because, hockey relatively new in the scheme of things here in Columbus and has just taken off.
Yeah, the last 20-some-odd years, Blue Jackets coming to town, and obviously there's big off-season news with them and Don Waddell coming in. But I think this is, just as big. Season 2, this summer off-season, it's just building the fan base. It helps the talent. It helps the guys get together. It provides something for the community, and it's all about growing the sport of hockey here in the Columbus area.
Well, let's take a timeout. We'll come back with second half action. Again, 4-3, it's a good one. And we've seen some really good play. In fact, let's take a look here at some of the highlights. Ryan, why don't you give us an idea of... Okay, tell you what, we'll do those highlights then as we come back. We'll show you this as we go out, and we'll be back with second half action in just a little bit.
Welcome to Smoked on High Barbecue. Come on in.
Welcome back to the Cap City Summer Elite League. Ryan Dietrich here for Yama Media, and what you are looking at is the Roosters puck sponsor. They are the official puck sponsor of the Cap City Summer Elite League. $1 from every puck sold goes to our Roosters scholarship, in addition to giving Roosters bucks at every game they are partnering with. So we're finding $1 for Roosters scholarships, and then Nick Petraglia mentioned to me earlier that they're actually trying to come up with another scholarship to pair with that to donate all those funds to. So a big partner sponsorship here as we begin the second half of Game 1. And today we're going to send it real quick to Ian Phillips over on the sideline. Or over on the bench, excuse me.
Guys, I just have a little bit of news here. Cam Atkinson's catching a flight, so he'll be done for this week at least, but hopefully he'll be back next week. And that's it from me, as we have a goal there from Ryan Ginger. And with that, I'll send it back to the desk.
Oh, Cam Atkinson has got a flight to catch. If that doesn't exemplify fluid rosters, then I don't know what does. As Ryan Ginger knocks in another little chip shot here. Good work behind the net, and you can see 614 making good work of it. Specifically, Ryan Ginger, that is his 4th goal of the afternoon. And once again, Ryan Dietrich here, and today I am joined by Charlie Lamb, the owner of 5-Hole Hockey Jerseys. Charlie, go ahead and tell me a little bit about your company and how you are involved with the Summer Elite League.
So we started in 2012, and we were working with Red Bull, the Red Bull Crash Dice series, and got a lot of publicity through national media. They saw the 5-Hole jerseys on Fox Sports and ESPN, so we had added a little legitimacy at the beginning, and started making our way into youth leagues, and then it started. We got into university hockey, and it segued into NHL Summer League. So I'm working with this league, and then I work with Stephen Alexi up in Michigan for the Eastside Elite League.
The Eastside Elite League, very cool. What other teams do you make jerseys for?
Ohio University. We do a lot of the theme jerseys for the during the semi-pro leagues.
Okay.
So like Star Wars and whatnot. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Pretty exciting.
Did you have a hand in this 614 design?
This was a 614 5-hole collaborative of the old 90s coffee cup.
Yeah, I thought that was the case.
Yeah.
As we were talking about earlier. How did you, and I know Matt is pretty into
being flamboyant.
The 614 hockey, the magenta, the turquoise. It's loud, it's in your face, and that's what he wanted to kind of elicit here in the Summer Elite League. So tell me about the collaboration.
So typically he gives me an idea, and I have a little bit of free reign of putting things together, and we tweak it to the point where we typically want to stand out from every other team here. So then the Blade Tech jerseys, those were the two that I had the most hand in.
Very cool. And where did you get some of your design start? You said that 2012 you started doing some graphic design kind of things. Where did you get your inspiration from?
Probably the fact that I'm a product of the 90s and all the old cartoons and that. So.
And that's definitely making a big comeback.
Right.
And
so it works for me now.
That's exactly, and I'm right in that age too. What can we look for? What do we have to look forward to from 5-Hole the rest of the season, or collaboration with 614? Or can you talk about some
I can talk about some of the stuff. I actually just got working with Warrior for their 2025 ad campaigns. So
Excellent.
all of the jerseys that you'll see on Warrior athletes will end up being 5-Hole.
Excellent.
It's just been an amazing ride that I feel like they know the quality of the product, and they know the person that's behind it, and we've built some strong relationships, and it's partnered into the Cap City League and Eastside Elite and Warrior Hockey, and hopefully we can keep going.
And once again, I'm speaking with Charlie Lamb, owner of 5-Hole Hockey and collaborator on some of these 614 hockey jerseys in the Cap City Summer Elite League. As you see, Salajko taking a little look there, just getting his helmet back on track. Charlie, before I get you out of here, tell me where we can find your products and the best way to get them.
Best way would be 5-hole hockey, or 5hole.com. Number 5, IVEHOLE.com.
And can you find some of the Cap City Summer Elite stuff there as well?
Actually, at 614 hockey,
Okay.
and then at the in the lobby they're selling jerseys.
And that's why I said the best way to get this
is to show
new.
up.
That's right, the brand new, these sharp-looking 90s kind of retro jerseys. Come out. We're up here at the Chiller North in Lewis Center. 5-hole hockey on full display. A lot of the graphics and a lot of the gear you're going to see throughout the Summer Elite League and for the Prospects division. So while we're at a break here, Charlie Lamb, again, owner of 5-hole hockey.
Ryan, it's a pleasure.
Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. All right, and as we got just a little break in the action here, this is the only time you're going to see any kind of break. So while I was on with Charlie Lamb there, we did get the 6th goal for 614. That came from Anthony Petrozelli, his first goal of the afternoon. And so once again, I encourage you can check out 5hole.com, 614hockey.com. Just get up here to the Chiller North in Lewis Center, Ohio, and buy some of this sweet new merchandise. You can see it right there. There's Ryan Ginger and that Columbus 90s throwback, the new jerseys for Season 2. For more information also about the Cap City Summer Elite League, just go to capcityelite.com. They've got everything on there you will need. It's got links. It's got last year's stats. It's got sponsorship bios. It's got the executive director's information. And also, for the players out there in the Columbus area, they are still taking applications to play in this league. So whether you're a prospect, a semi-pro, you can sign up and you can apply to play. This is fluid rosters. Cam Atkinson just got a plane. Oh, close one there. As we, a little stab at the net there. I think that was Huffnagel, the 614 working around. But if you want to get in on this action, Kuqali with the goal. Alexander Kuqali of the Coventry Blaze in England. Right there, number 6. His first one of the afternoon extends 614's lead 7-3. Got a good look, a little patient there. Actually had his brother standing right in front of him, 92, Nichlas Kuqali. So that's kind of dirty. Brother trying to play defense, and the other brother just rips it right by him. Nice goal there. His battery trying to bang it in there. Sam Craggs again doing his best. Spencer Cox out front, down to Cassels. So right before that goal was scored, I was saying again, if you're wanting to play, get in on the action, get on the ice. Go to capcityelite.com and click on the applications button. You can apply for either the Pro or the Prospect League. Once again, I'm Ryan Dietrich here for Yamo Media. We thank you all for joining us. Game 1, Season 2, Cap City Summer Elite League. Moving forward, games will be played on Tuesdays. As Cassels rips one right into Alderman's stomach, drops it out, continues play. Williams from behind the net working up on the far side. Lazily across, Williams. Quick wrister, sterned away. Stavroff keeps it in the zone, though, for 614. Petrozelli trying again for his second goal. And if you can hear the thundering herd around me, I keep telling you, it's a family affair. Lots of kids in the building. And even on camera, you can see all the kids standing at the boards. So I encourage you folks, free entry. How many things are free for a family to do nowadays?
This is the best thing in Columbus.
Off the pipe. Yeah. And yeah, you don't have to pay $150 for a board seat at Nationwide Arena. You can get right up in here.
some of the time. They want to win this thing. I can tell you that right now.
The competitive nature comes, it's these guys are, pro athletes. It's just in their blood. It doesn't matter what they're doing.
Yeah, and there we have a goal to cut the deficit back to 3. Let's take a look. If we can, there it is. Beautiful pass in front. Nice little backhand.
And you mentioned it earlier, that pass to pass. So the initial pass gets Alderman going to his right, intercepted right in the middle. I think that was Mr. Will Cohen.
Well, you see it in a lot of sports, and in a lot of ways, hockey is like basketball, fast break, turns to spacing. We see it in soccer, the same thing. But it's like pass to get open.
Absolutely.
And that credo works in a lot of sports.
When I almost said the triangle offense earlier. You said it's like basketball. The way they're kind of moving around is a lot of similar motions.
Well, and again, it's a lot of spacing issues, right? You want to make sure that you've got room to work.
Yep.
In basketball, it's trying to get your shot, movement, find a place, same thing. And again, same thing in soccer. You work in a way to keep moving whatever the object is, in this case the puck, to find somebody that has a good shot. And I think that's what fans a lot look at it and say, why didn't he shoot it from there? It's because you're trying to get a better shot than that.
And it might look good from on the camera, but sometimes it's not quite what these guys are looking for.
Yeah, they don't see that lane that they're looking for.
Denier.
Boy, he just stands so much tall. I mean, he is 6'5" to begin with.
But he is. When he's out there, it's just, he's noticeable. He's so much bigger. And the way he moves around, he's very smooth.
Yeah.
He's got for that big frame, he can skate really
well. That's why the Washington Capitals brought him into development camp this year, which you don't see a lot out of D3s, and he was that good. And there's something about now, we've been talking about it with the Blue Jackets, and that is size on the DN. And you want those guys that are big and that can skate. That's the kind that's what we've seen the Blue Jackets try to do. Bring in guys, especially in their draft this year, that were big but can skate. There you see, nice save that time.
Mitchell Kneidel, the Coquitlam Express.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it.
The BCHL. I was working on that one last night.
That's out in British Columbia.
And another thing that just, if you like hockey, if you're a fan of hockey, watching this stuff is just, you've got guys from all over, North America. You've got guys in Europe. There's 5-6 different leagues on display here.
Let's really do that next week. Let's break down a little bit of the league structure.
Yeah.
Because you look on here and we see all the acronyms for the leagues, and sometimes it doesn't make a lot of sense because a lot of these are junior leagues that they've come out of that we don't hear much about.
Yep. Yeah, that would absolutely be good. Next Tuesday we'll kind of break it down a little bit. We're all familiar with the Toledo Walleye and just up north, and if you watched any of Season 1 last year, we made the ESPN Top 10.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the talent on the ice right now, and you hear them talking, they're talking strategy over on the other side.
Yeah.
Stop with the glove and then hits it away with his stick as Alderman does a good job to knock it out of there.
Yeah, that was Brandon Hawkins from the Toledo Walleye last year. Pulled to Michigan.
That's right. That's right.
And got the Summer Elite League on the ESPN's Top 10 that week. As we hit about the halfway mark, just under, here in the second period of Game 1. What was some of the chatter over on the bench that
they're trying to figure out how to essentially put together an offense and how they're going into the zone to try to get some good looks. There's always a lot of talk in games where you have a lot of face-offs because there are a lot of plays coming out of that. But here we don't see that as much, so they're trying to figure out how to get into the zone in a way that they can get to the net.
Yeah, having to come up with an entirely different strategy, not having face-offs, because a lot of that, sets it up.
Campagna.
And yeah, JC played 7 years over in Europe.
Money puck time.
All right, and for those that are unaware, 1 time per game, each team has the option to hit that red light. All goals scored within this 2-minute period are worth 2.
So if a team scores here, it will be 2.
So yeah, Battery, they obviously down 3. They need to come back. They've got their players on the ice that they like.
Boy, they had a chance there. Campagna going to the net from the left side.
But you bet on the flip side of that, if 6-1-4 scores here, Battery's down 4-9.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big risk-reward thing, man. That's why they like it. And do we get a call? Nope, they're just taking it off the goalie and bringing it up. You're right, there's new jerseys for
Sharp.
614, man.
And Charlie Lamb did confirm. Charlie Lamb
was he here? Was he talking? Okay,
yeah,
good.
He came up and talked, and when I asked him, he said, "Where'd you get that design?" He said, "It's from that '90s coffee cup."
There you go. You were right. What an eye for design you have.
Yeah, just burned into my memory.
Ryan Dietrich with the save.
Mom was an art teacher, so.
Well, that didn't hurt.
A little bit of.
That rub off on you, did it?
3-on-1.
Strickland in front. Nope.
Then there's a little bit of that triangle. You talk about the spacing as they're moving down there. Battery did a good job clogging things up.
Well, that's the thing. You got to try to take away what they're trying to do, get in those passing lanes or shooting lanes. Battery trying to get something going, but can't follow it up, although Campagna finds his way down there quickly to forecheck.
Yeah, that was Huffnagel of the Ohio Blue Jackets. We mentioned it. The 18-under squad, 30 veterans from the Ohio Blue Jackets here in this league. Just a pipeline for development and talent here in the city.
Yep, he's out of Powell, so he doesn't have a long way to go home. As we are on the north side at the Chiller North.
With Denier playing a little defense there. Getting into Kneidel a little bit. Sounds like we've got a report from the sideline. Let's go to Ian Phillips.
Hey guys, well, we got 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this one, but for the next one, we're headlined by some Ohio State guys, but also joining us is Jack Johnson, a Stanley Cup champion who's making his return to Columbus this next season, and I know he can't wait to play this Cap City game in front of these fans that he's missed. So stay tuned. Kevin Rao and Ryan Dietrich have that game too on Yamo Media.
But Jack Johnson playing for Blade Tech, and he wears Blade Tech, so he puts his blades are from that company. We'll have a chance to talk to Anthony Mora from Blade Tech in the second game about that product and why they're here. We get a goal.
Jack Bortle, number 89, D3. Getting in there, nice little wrister right across the face of Alderman. Let's take a look at the replay. 89, you see him right there.
There it is.
One-timer near side. Alderman almost got there. Good stretch by him.
Bortle from Granville, Ohio. Playing now, you mentioned he's D3, Ryan. Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. Used to be known as North Adams State in North Adams, Massachusetts. But originally a Granville Blue Ace.
And that was just outside of the money puck. Kamiki missed it by about 30 seconds, so just counts as one. Nothing doing during
intercepted
the money puck.
on the break, and it rolls off his stick. That was Ehrie trying to knock it home.
Stavrov close there, just a little
Boy,
wide.
he's got some good looks today. Good-looking player, Stavrov. He's one of those guys, too, that looks for that interception near the blue line and can break away with it.
Good passing here from Columbus through the zone. Let's see what JC's got.
Looking, drops it off. Craggs cannot get it past Alderman. Well, he's played well today, Alderman has.
Yeah.
This is a tough league to be a goalie in. It's just like it's like an all-star game kind of thing.
Yeah. And if you want to get better,
oh no, this will do
how
it
you do it.
because you're going to have a bunch of chances. Sometimes we'll talk during NHL games as we're up in the press box talking about the fact that goaltender hasn't seen a shot in the first 6-7 minutes.
Yep.
That is not going to happen here. Williams from the left side and patiently waited for the slot to open, but a good save. Battery right back at it.
Broadfoot, some nice behind the back, kind of try to get it back on net.
Yeah.
Turned away.
He's a strong fella. You can tell it in his profile. He's tough. They had 2-on-1 coming here. Denier takes it away, did a nice fake toward the puck, and then went to the middle and stole it away. Nice play.
Great defense. Good move by Denier.
Strickland goes across the crease and hops out of bounds.
Yeah, kind of a sharp angle. Got a little too far down there, maybe.
So I got to tell you, with C-Bus Sports, one of the things we're going to start next week is we'll have a morning recap, just called The Recap. Be about 5 minutes each weekday talking about what happened the day before in Columbus. And we love all levels. When the high schools get going again in the fall, we'll talk about them. In the meantime, things like the Blue Jackets getting a new coach and, the Fury signing players, the women's professional volleyball team, and lots to talk about. So join us, and it'll be on demand on our website at cbusports.com. So we hope that you'll look that up. The one thing we're doing right now is each day we have a thing called Water Cooler Talk. If you don't have time to read articles and do your own search on Google for the various things you like in Columbus, we have a page with just short summaries of what happened the day before and what's happening that day. So you can see that at Water Cooler Talk on cbusports.com.
Yeah, headquartered right out of Grandview.
Grandview Heights.
Local.
Yeah.
That's as local as it gets.
Well, in Grandview, we don't have school buses in Grandview because everybody can walk to school. That's how small we are. Columbus in behind the net looking for a little help. Good defense prevented a pass to the slot. There's a shot up close. Stavrov, and it'll be blocked away by Solajko. Campagna, good pass to the left side, but Alderman able to hug the post and keep that one from going in.
Yeah, turned away. Craggs there. Here we go the other way.
Stretch pass and a goal. It bounced off.
Oh.
I don't know if it got the crossbar, but then off the back of Solajko. Let's take a look. Stavrov. You see the stretch pass gets past the defense. Let's see how this one plays out. It bounces, then looked like it went off the right skate. Wow.
Dang, another one. We saw that happen to Alderman earlier, closed up, and it just leaks through. And Solajko does what you're told. You just plant and hold. And
boy, he did a nice job. Got his left arm on it, but then it just bounces on, or his right arm, and then bounced off the skate and went in. So we'll stop for a quick timeout. 2:43 to go in this one, 8-5. And I tell you, Columbus has come, 614 hockey is such a great, you just got to go online and take a look. I mean, that's just, we look at some of these folks. Of course, Battery is a training academy here in town that Cam Atkinson is involved with, some other former Blue Jacket players there. And, of course, that's why Cam has just stayed so connected to our community. Very lucky to have him do that. And so right away, we've got two great hockey sponsors sponsoring these teams. Of course, Cap City is the one that does all the organizing, and that is not an easy thing to do. You can imagine putting a team together at any level, try 4, with people from around the world in certain ways that make this go. So we'll face off after the timeout and the goal.
And you just saw the kid on screen in that sharp Blade Tech jersey. You'll see them up next. the red and kind of camo black. Another breakaway.
And empty net, and in with just the chip in front. And that is Ramos.
Well, I put an end to that strategy pretty quick.
Well, you know, it was a good idea. Hunter Ramos.
Got to try.
A Fort Wayne, Indiana native, played last year for this past season for the Youngstown Phantoms. And Columbus, a lot of connections to that Youngstown team in the USHL. And he is going to Lake Superior State, is a commit to that fine program.
And, you know, Northern Ohio is, you know, the hockey hotbed, you know, Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, you know, I really like that Columbus, you know, the center of the state, trying to get a little bit more draw down here in the city. Ramos
nice stop
again.
by Salajko as Ramos tried to get another quick one. Campagna. And off the stick, good block in front.
Let's see if Battery can maybe get a quick one here. $1:40 left.
Columbus, though, Ramos left side if he can settle it down, but he was a little offsides waiting for that one to come in.
That one they will call. The last 2 minutes, you'll actually get a clock stoppage here.
We did have a play earlier where it looked like we might have had a high stick earlier, and some folks were not happy it wasn't called. But other than that, it's been pretty good.
Look at the last save there from Salajko. Didn't let that one leak through.
Minute and a half to go. And a lot of around the blue line trying to figure out who, and it'll be Battery to come away with it. Cox running all the way in from the right side, still in the zone. Quick pass, Cox this time. Did he get it? He did. I believe that was Cox. He's still in that same spot. Let's see.
Battery with a late one. Go to the replay. Cox moving in.
Yeah. Well, that was the first shot that got blocked away.
Bounces out to Cohen.
Let's see here. He tries to get back to that right side. Wow, that just creeped through.
Yikes.
That's one you'd like to have back if you're Alderman.
The changeup. Couldn't handle it.
But, you know, and that's what happens so many times. You're anticipating that hard shot.
Well, Battery pulling the goalie. Going right on cue. Comes away with it.
That was ever so close.
He about just stole it right and scored.
Cox again. All the way behind the net. We'll bring it back around.
So a little 5-on-4 for a change. And this is
Cox, the slap from the slot, caught and then passed off by Alderman.
And last year we went to 5-on-5 in weeks 3 through 7. But as far as I know, we're going to stick with the 4-on-4 format.
And there's with the empty net.
Yep, Zach Tyson. That's as far as I know. The plan is to just keep it 4-on-4. Last year we changed right into that second.
I remember
third
they
week.
they kind of, I think that was to get some more players on the ice.
Yeah, and that was, yep. As some guys came late, you know, got here from wherever.
Of course, Zach Tyson out of Dublin.
Yep.
He played at Hobart College. Now he's in the French Division I Hockey League with the Mont Blanc Yetis. There's a sweater.
Yeah, that's what I was. The French Yetis, huh?
Yeah. And
let's see, 10-6.
And Denier, boy, what a great guy. Came over.
Yeah, there's all the kids. I mean, that's
made
what
sure
it's
he got
about.
a puck to him. Yeah.
You see a kid wearing a fire hat. I mean, bring the family, bring the kids. It's free, folks.
So again, our next game, which we'll take a little break between, and we'll have an interview here in just a moment, is Ian Phillips across the way will do that. We've got High Bank and Blade Tech, and it will mark the return of Jack Johnson to the Columbus Aries. He'll be playing for the Blue Jackets in the season coming up. Former Blue Jacket, and then went off and won a Stanley Cup.
With the Colorado Avalanche.
He did.
I
you know about that, right?
Grew up out in that area, so.
And I then brought the Stanley Cup back to Dublin, Ohio.
That's right.
And walked it through a couple of businesses, including an ice cream shop out here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because they all get one day with the cup.
Yep.
And in fact, there's a great book out about that. Now we're ready to go. Ian Phillips across the way with this interview.
For the tough 10-6 loss here, but what can you say about this crowd and, what went into setting this up and what how you feel about today?
Well, today's a good day. Obviously, scoreboard could be a little different, but it's week 1, so I'm not too worried about that. Like, wins and losses at the end of the day are not what it's about. This is all about the fan engagement, and if you could take a look at what we have here today, it's unbelievable. The city of hockey and their love, or city of Columbus and their love for hockey is incredible.
And how about this crowd that showed up today? Did it exceed your expectations, or?
Yeah, I think we were expecting a big crowd, but anytime, like I said, this is the middle of the day, so like when people have jobs and stuff and they're willing to come out and support this, it means the world to us, and I know like all these guys playing appreciate it as well.
And how much went into setting this up? I know you were kind of the backbone, or one of the backbones, behind driving this whole thing forward, really. So much work went into this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of work behind the scenes. The 4 of us, Joey, Craggs, Petraglia, Pat Cannoni, and myself, we have a lot of late nights and a lot of early mornings and a lot of meetings, and it's been a lot of work behind the scenes. But when I see the result on the ice and the players, having a good time, it makes it all worth it. And we're an awesome team, and those guys I work with, I feel blessed to be able to have them on my side.
Well, thanks, JC. We'll see you next week. And that's it for me. We'll have the call on the next game between Blade Tech and High Bank right here on Yamo Media.
So, Ryan, we got our first game in the books this summer. What do you think?
It's excellent, and I think JC Campagna just said it. The city of hockey. That's Columbus, Ohio. He just coined it, so we're going to run with it. Excellent game 1, Cap City Elite. Season 2 underway. Sit tight. We'll be probably 15, 25 minutes here from game 2. We'll be ready to go.
We'll be right back here at Yamo Media. We're glad that you are alongside today. High Bank and Blade Tech coming up after a short break. We'll be back with you then.